Okay, things in Emmerdale are about to get messy because next week in Emmerdale, one secret kiss could blow everything apart. Old wounds, bad choices, and guilty hearts, it's all bubbling up in the Dales again. And honestly, if you thought Robert and Aaron's story had already hit rock bottom, you might want to think again. Meanwhile, poor Dylan gets dragged even deeper into trouble he didn't ask for. Tate ends up causing chaos on the road. Mandy can't keep her nose out of Vinny's marriage. And Liam, bless him, tries to bring a bit of light back into the village. It's one of those weeks where every corner of Emmerdale feels ready to explode, from heartbreak to hospital drama. So grab your brew and let's go through what's coming up from Monday 20th to Friday 24th October.
Spoiler 1. Aaron catches Robert's secret kiss. Now, we've got to start with this because Robert Sugden is heading straight for disaster. For weeks now, he's been carrying that heavy secret about Kev, and it finally catches up to him. It all starts quite harmlessly, a chat, a moment that looks friendly enough, but one thing leads to another, and before you know it, there's a kiss. And guess who walks in right at that second? Aaron. The look on Robert's face says it all. Guilt, panic, and that sinking realization that the person he never wanted to hurt has seen everything. You can almost feel the air leave the room. Now, anyone who's watched these two over the years knows their love story has been messy, passionate, and full of pain. So the idea that Robert's secret husband might ruin things all over again, it's classic Emmerdale heartbreak. Fans might remember how long it took Aaron to trust Robert again after everything in the past, so imagine what this will do to him now. Will Aaron finally walk away for good, or could this be another storm they somehow survive? Whatever happens, next week's scenes are going to sting, and I don't think anyone's ready for how emotional it's about to get.
Spoiler 2. Dylan Pender's new nightmare. While all that heartbreak plays out, Dylan finds himself trapped in something much darker. He's trying to keep things normal, just a young lad working, helping out, staying close to April, but trouble keeps finding him. Ray's pressure is building again, and Dylan's running out of options. There's a job, a theft, and a moment where he has to make a split-second choice that could change everything. He knows it's wrong, you can see it on his face, but when you're in over your head, sometimes you convince yourself there's no way out. It's painful to watch because Dylan's not a bad kid. He's scared, confused, and being used. And poor Marlon, he's doing what any dad would do, trying to keep April safe and happy, not realising that the real danger is standing right behind her. This story's clearly not just about crime. It's about control, fear, and how easy it is for someone young to fall into the wrong hands. Emmerdale's done a brilliant job showing that side of village life before, the quiet battles nobody sees until it's too late. You'll definitely want to keep an eye on Dylan this week. Things are starting to spiral, and it's only going to get worse before it gets better. By the way, if you're still watching and keeping up with these spoilers, make sure you're subscribed. It really helps the channel grow, and you won't miss any of next week's big twists.
Spoiler 3. Tate's shocking accident and Caleb's discovery. Now, let's talk about Tate, because his week goes from frustration to full-blown panic in seconds. One mistake, one distracted moment, and suddenly he's behind the wheel in the middle of a nightmare. Yes, there's an accident, and when he realises who he's hit, it's a jaw-dropper. Jimmy King. Joe's shaken to his core. He's not some heartless villain here. He's terrified. But the problem is, Caleb's seen everything, and that changes everything. Caleb being there means Joe can't just drive off or hide it. He's forced to do the right thing, call for help, and face the music. But try explaining that to Nicola. The minute she sees Joe at the hospital, all she can think about is revenge. You can understand it though. Her husband's lying there hurt, her family's already been through enough, and now Joe's standing there saying it was all just a mistake. And just when you think that's dramatic enough, Caleb and Joe find something that drags them into a whole new mess. A frightened woman hiding where she shouldn't be. It's that kind of twist that reminds you how many layers Emmerdale loves to stack at once. There's guilt, danger, and a whole new question about who this woman is and what she's running from. Viewers might notice how this storyline connects to the darker themes we've seen lately. Emmerdale's weaving everything together really cleverly right now. Joe's guilt isn't just about what happened on the road. There's a bigger storm coming, and it's one he won't be able to talk his way out of. Spoiler 4, Mandy sees cracks in Vinny and Gabby's marriage. Now, shifting gears to something a bit closer to home, Mandy. You know how she is. Loud, loving, nosy, but always with her heart in the right place. And next week, she starts to notice something's off with Vinny and Gabby. It's that awkward moment every mum dreads, seeing your kid's relationship fall apart and not knowing how much to say or do. Mandy spots something she probably wishes she hadn't. Gabby checking Vinny's phone. At first, it looks like simple curiosity, but you can tell Gabby's not feeling secure, and that insecurity's eating away at them both. Vinny, bless him, tries to explain, tries to keep things calm, but Mandy can feel it, that distance between them, that tension that builds when trust starts slipping. And here's where it hits hard. Gabby ends up making a choice that catches Vinny completely off guard. It's one of those moments that will have fans shouting at the screen, wondering why they can't just talk things through. Mandy, meanwhile, ends up right in the middle, torn between being supportive and saying what she really thinks. This storyline's classic Dingle chaos. Messy emotions, awkward moments, and a reminder that family can be both your biggest blessing and your biggest headache.
Spoiler 5. Liam Kavanagh brings hope with his new campaign. Thankfully, after all the heartbreak and tension, Emmerdale ends the week on a hopeful note, and it's Liam leading the way. He's had his fair share of dark days lately, so seeing him put his energy into something positive feels like a proper full-circle moment. Liam starts a prostate awareness campaign at the surgery, and it actually takes off in a big way. Claudette shares something deeply personal that adds heart to the whole effort, and Charles ends up red-faced when his own little lie about checkups comes to light. It's awkward, but in a warm, relatable way. Liam's face lights up seeing so many men turning up for their tests, and it's all helped along by Cain Dingle lending his voice to the cause. You'd never expect Cain to get behind something like this, but that's what makes it brilliant. It's one of those storylines that balances out the chaos, reminding everyone that, even in a place full of drama and heartbreak, there's still room for kindness and care.
So, there you have it. One wild, emotional and surprising week ahead in Emmerdale. We've got heartbreak from Erin and Robert, danger for Dylan, guilt and secrets with Joe, family tension for the Dingles, and a bit of hope thanks to Liam. That's exactly what makes this show so addictive. It never lets up. 1 minute you're shouting at the telly, the next you're tearing up and then laughing through the chaos. Now, I want to know what you think. Do you reckon Erin will ever forgive Robert after seeing that kiss? Will Dylan find a way out before Ray drags him even deeper? And is there any chance Vinny and Gabby can fix things before it's too late? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I love hearing your theories, and honestly, half the time the fans call it before the show even airs. If you enjoyed this spoiler chat and want to keep up with next week's drama, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. It helps more Emmerdale fans find us, and you'll always be the first to know what's coming next. Thanks for watching, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next week for even more Emmerdale gossip.